Good afternoon and welcome to the Fedorable Chef channel. Today we're going to be cooking my version of chicken and rice. We're going to kick it up a little bit with some non-traditional ways of cooking, but just to tell a little story before we get into cooking, folks, was how this started. Many years ago in the college days, the spring break, those wild on days, we were in Myrtle Beach. I met my wife and we got back in touch, I think that Thanksgiving, went out there and met her family, and then we stayed in touch for 6 years over the phone, and that was back, you got charged by the minute on the phones. There was no cell phone, so it was all landline, and you get $750, $800 phone bills, right? So 6 years go by, we're in and out of relationships. Send her a plane ticket. I'm managing for a finance company down in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. She comes in and I'm trying to impress her with my cooking and cook something for her. And this was the dish that I prepared. So we still eat it to this day. It's a good dish. I hope we enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it too. So let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is with our wok is we're gonna drizzle some EVOO in there. Right? We're going to turn up the heat. I'm going to use a high heat to start. And I've taken the time to cut up some celery. 2 celery sticks is what I'm using. 1 large carrot. I've got basically a half an onion, some scallions, some peppers. I've got green and yellow peppers. And we're going to do our chicken breasts, right? So we're going to let this heat up. While that's heating up, what I've done in advance is I've taken some rice in water and a herbal seasoning pack. Now you can get this, there's brand names out there that come. You want to get the chicken flavored one, not the beef flavored one. At your grocery stores, a variety of different ones, right? So, heating this up, I'm going to throw just a little bit of salt, get her started, a little bit of pepper, just heating up. We're going to pour in our onions. Using a meat cleaver. I got this from Christmas for my daughter, right? So you gotta be careful. You end up like this. You don't want a birth defect, but we'll put in the celery stalks next, chopped up, our carrots, a little more onion, scallions, put in some green pepper. And I've got some nice yellow pepper. So the thing is with these vegetables, at the end of the week you're cooking different things with different vegetables and you end up with a little bit left over from each, right? So I had 1 pepper, one orange pepper, 1 green pepper, half of an onion. So this is a great dish to use those up before they spoil. You got to throw them away. So keep that in mind, folks. As we get sizzling here, you can hear that go. We're going to drizzle a little bit more EVOO in there. So while this is cooking down, I'm going to cut up our chicken. So I'm using chicken breast. If you don't like white meat, you like dark meat, you can use thighs, but for today we're using the chicken breast. And I'm going to cut them in cubes. I like to have them about this size, if you can see. It's a nice cube. And we'll be cooking those after our vegetables. So while that's cooking, we'll cut this up.
Cut this up. Reminds me of the joke, the story I once heard, where in heaven there was 2 lines. And one line said all the men whose wife hadn't showed them how to cook on Earth stand here. And their line goes for miles and miles and miles. Big construction workers, boxers, wrestlers, football players, memory line, right? Goes for miles. And then the other line, the sign said, all those men on Earth who showed their wives how to cook stand here. Well, there was one guy, like a bay power, 98-pound bay power, and he's over there by himself. One of the big football players goes, hey, you over there. I'm going to stand in there line making all this men look bad. I don't know. My wife told me to stand here. So, guys, how many times have they had this sauce, right? Behind every good cook, right? There's another good cook behind every good man, there's a woman, right? So, as this cooks up, you already start to get the aroma. We're going to hit it with a little bit of salt again. We'll put some pepper on it. Give it a good mix. This is reducing down nicely. We'll go back to cutting our chicken up. Get that all cut up before our vegetables are done. Yeah, this was a dish that, I don't know if I wanted to heart with this dish or stomach, but we ended up getting married and we've been married for, May will be 41 years, so maybe I want both with this dish. Guys, you in the doghouse or whatever, you want to get out of it and wake up with the missus, cook this dish for her, I guarantee you. Trouble is, you'll be cooking for a while once she tastes this, but it'll be a nice treat for her. So we're almost done cutting up our chicken. One more breast here. Maybe give this a stir again. Start to see what's in here. You can start to really smell the onions. Some people like garlic. I don't use garlic in my chicken and rice recipe. I just think it overpowers what we're going to be doing. Remember, the flavor for this dish is going to come in the rice in that herbal packet that we had, right? So that'll be the flavor that we're going to showcase in this dish. So we got our chicken. It was a beautiful day to make a chicken and rice dish. Really, there's no bad day to make it. But rule of thumb is when you're doing it, there's two people, you're going to use two of everything. I use 2 celery sticks, 2 peppers, right? Carrot was pretty big, so I only use 1 carrot. You got to kind of eyeball it. But the rule of thumb is for 2 people, 2 of everything. For 4 people, 4 of everything. And you may need a bigger wok or do it in portions. But we're starting to really get this down. And what we'll do is we'll put this in a bowl when it's cooked down a little bit more. And then we'll cook our chicken right in here. We cook our chicken. We wash our vegetables. We washed our chicken ahead of time. Right, you don't let it sit. Get rid of some of these plates for us and bowls. So yeah, every time I tell that story about how we met, one night in Myrtle Beach, and then we really didn't see each other, but we had Thanksgiving, and then 6 years went by, in and out of relationships, then we get together, and this is the dish that did it, folks. Hope you enjoy it. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take a bowl, we're going to put our vegetables in the bowl. Smell it, smell the onion, salt and pepper, okay. So we got these in here. We're going to add some more EVO to our pan. Now we're going to put in our chicken. Again, the heat's on high. You're going to hear that chicken start to sizzle. Right? Nice. I think this was the wooden spoon that my mother used to crack me in the head with. We used it quite a bit. You can start to see, folks. The olive oil doesn't take long to get the chicken cooked. I've had questions on this before when guests are over. How come, chicken takes longer to cook? How come you don't cook the chicken before the vegetables? Well, the vegetables, I want them a little bit crispy, but I don't want them real crispy for this dish. And the way, with this high heat, if the chicken cooks up, it's not going to take long to cook the chicken. So, this is the way I do it. I suggest doing it that way, but if you wanted to do it in reverse, I don't think you'd have a problem. So what are we going to do with this? We're going to pepper it. Not going to use any more salt, because we got enough salt in the herbal mix for the rice that we use. And we got salted vegetables, salt and pepper vegetables. So, wow. Lots of flavor in this chicken. I just let it rest for about an hour at room temperature, the chicken, and then we were ready to cook it. You don't want to get it cold, you don't want it frozen for sure. Then it'll cook up real good, you get a lot of the flavor. So, chicken's about 3/4 of the way done now. You see in the dish here how nice it is, right? So what we're going to do, as we finish this off now, we're going to add our vegetables back. Just a minute sooner. We're going to add the vegetables back. They're still nice and hot, right? We got some nice vegetables. I'm going to save a little bit of this, something later on. Oh yeah. Let that cook up. Yeah, the chicken's nicely done. So guys, be that guy that's in that other line, right? Be the cook. Your wife comes home from work, every once in a while you get a dish like this, I guarantee you, you're going to be on her favorite person list for a long time once you taste this. Now get ready to add the rice. Chicken's good. Nice flavor. Now we're going to add our rice.
And again, I cooked the rice and added the packet, let the water reduce down a little bit. before I started the vegetables and started doing the walk. So just have that done a little bit ahead of time. And you put it right in. Start to smell that flavor a little bit. All right, all you viewers out there, what do we need to hit it with? A little bit of pepper, right? Give it a good mix. Now we're going to plate it. I'm going to make sure that everything's mixed in thoroughly. Our chicken, cut it in half. Yeah, our chicken is done all the way through. You're going to grab a plate, folks. Turn the heat off. We're ready to plate. You want to make sure you get a little bit of everything, right? So we've got our vegetables, we've got our rice, we've got our chicken, a couple more pieces of chicken. Take this off the heat. And this is what we end up with, folks. We have a fork. You can really smell the rice and the seasoning packet in that. Just thank the Lord for the hands that prepared this, the chicken that fed us today, and all the people watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to see more dishes, you want to see quick meals, this didn't take that long. Easy to have, guys, for your wife ready, or wife for your husband. But the vegetables are crispy, but not crispy. They're moist. The chicken is tender. Let's see. What you taste is the flavor from the packet of the rice. Again, there's many sold. You get your favorite one. You're gonna win hearts with this dish. You're gonna enjoy it. This is a dish you're gonna keep making over and over. It's a dish that never gets old, and it helps you get rid of the one or two items, the vegetables, so they don't spoil. This is the Frugal Chef. Again, support the channel by liking and subscribing. Let me know if you want to see a specific dish. We've got some dishes that we'll be doing. Family recipes. At some point down the road, we'll try to get your dish in there that you want us to cook. But we're trying to show you dishes outside the box. I mean, chicken and rice, what do we do differently? We used the box rice that comes with the herbal chicken flavor packet. That gives the dish its flavor. Again, God bless. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.